With the world focused on Russia's war on Ukraine, leaders around the world are increasingly focused on the humanitarian disaster that has created.
And local leaders are also focused on how to help that terrible situation. Miami-Dade Commission Chairman Jose Pepe Diaz is just back from a quick visit to the Poland's border with Ukraine. He joins us now live via Zoom. Pepe Diaz, great to see you.
Good morning.
It's
Good
great.
afternoon. What time is it? Where are we?
It's still
Jet
morning.
lagged?
No, it's afternoon. Afternoon. Good morning to both of you, Glenna and Michael, and Easter to everybody.
We've been watching your Twitter feed and your photographs from the border there. It looks like you saw some pretty horrible images up close and personally.
Yes, we did. It extremely sad, Glenna. You can't imagine until you're there and see those people and the way they came across the border. That Medica, which is the only border that allows people to walk across too, and of course on the other side the cars. But the people walking across with some had luggage to be able to carry some of the things that they had, whatever they could in a luggage and a piece of luggage. Some had bags, kids, women, elderly. One young man with carrying his dog that looked like it got injured, but I don't know for how far they must have been walking to get to that border. The one thing I'll tell you, they were all extremely thankful to make it over to Poland. They came from nothing, and they just took what they barely could take with them and make it there.
Well, it's heartbreaking, especially those children. I mean, you look at the faces of the children. This is a living room war. I mean, they first called Vietnam the living room war, but this one, every day we get to see it, and you saw it up close and personal. What about children? Were you able to talk to some kids, Pepe?
Yes, I did. We went, the people from Michael Capone from Global Empowerment Mission, that they're out of Doral. I got to meet with them over there, and they took me to a place that's the Expo Center, which is our convention center, which they had about 3,100 people there, families with their young kids, elderly, because the young men after 18 to 55 are required to stay and fight for their country. So I got to speak to kids. We had a translator go with us. It was beyond heartbreaking to hear their stories. We talked to one young lady, that she had lost her father and her two brothers. The second day this started, and it took them about 10 days to make it to the border, and then they were sitting there. We went to a part where there was kids playing, and most of them just sat there and looked into like nowhere. They're just, we think about what we're going to do tomorrow and the next day. Imagine that all of a sudden bombs start dropping here, and you got to run with whatever you could get and just try to make it somewhere. Wow. And that's where these people are at. They don't know what their lives is going to be after that. And most of them don't even know how their family members that they left behind are doing, or their neighbors or whatever. It's a very intense, sad situation.
Yeah, I mean, trauma upon trauma. So you went not personally, you went in your capacity as chair of Miami-Dade's commission. So locally, here's the pesky reporter question. Locally, what can you and the county do? Was this a taxpayer-funded trip? What now that you've seen this, what is in store for the county's role? Bring it on home for us.
Okay, to bring it on home, I went to look at it. First and foremost, about 7 weeks ago, I got visited by the president of the Polish Senate that came, the speaker, that came and visited with me about finding some trade capacities and some things. So we built a relationship. When this whole thing started, I reached out to him, and he said, in anything I could help, to please do so. And of course, we do this in Miami-Dade County. We go to help people, Haiti, wherever there's a disaster, there are people from our community. That's what we do. Especially Odessa is one of our sister city ports in Miami-Dade County, and I'm in charge of the international issues. So that is something we do. We went ahead and, like I said, GEM, Global Empowerment mission invited us. They're out of Doral. I wanted to see their organization. I wanted to see that the money that the people would send will get actually to the people of need.
And
God-
are you, Pepe, are you confident that in fact that donations that are made to
Oh, yeah.
Global Empowerment, also
Oh, yes.
to Jose Andres and World Kitchen,
Yes.
these are fabulous organizations, and they're
Great organizations.
great integrity, and I imagine they're working. But I think to Glenna's question, what can Miami-Dade County do
Well,
to help?
we could, the first and foremost thing is we ask our employees to put in time, which turns into money. I have a resolution. I'm going to be putting that out as soon as possible. We also want to check that companies that also help out tremendously within our county, many of them have called me and said, hey, how do we donate? Are you guys going to do something? What are you going to do? I don't want this to turn into a trip I don't want this to turn into something that we help people and then find out that the money went elsewhere. So that's why I went with a gentleman, George Casellas, a former Miami-Dade police officer, also a Marine. And we made sure we went to the warehouse in Rizoso. I believe I pronounced it right. If I didn't, I'm sorry. They have warehouses there. They have a huge warehouse. If you look on my site, you'll see what the warehouses look like. In fact, there was a lot of product from Goya there. And what they do is they get those products and they get these 18-wheelers and they take it to the border. At the border, they go ahead and they dispatch it to several different trucks. Those trucks make it into the areas that are most affected. So what can we do? I went to verify. I verified, I came back, and I'm telling everybody that if you're going to give, if you feel that you need to help out, which I hope you do, that you could go ahead and give, write out a check or work or call these people and see what you could send because they need the help. They really do.
Yeah.
Every day it's getting worse and worse there. And we're going to do everything we can with the county. I met with the mayor briefly yesterday. She went to greet me at the airport. She's all in with the administration. Whatever we could do, that's what we're going to do, Glenna. And I know it's hard because you always have those out there that no matter what you do, there's nothing good that comes out of it. But let me tell you, if you were there and saw it personally, and you saw the suffering, and then Poland is perfect. Poland is us. There's nothing on. You could get gas. Everything looks normal. They absorbed already 3 million
refugees. Yeah. Hey, Pepe Diaz, we're grateful for your account of this harrowing situation and wish you well, and let's all help the people of Ukraine.
Thank
Thanks
you,
very
Mr.
much.
Chair.
Thank you, guys. God bless you. Have a great Easter.
Thank you.